Now I want to speak directly to one specific American, Donald. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do. We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. The U.S. tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning, and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. To my fellow Canadians, I won't sugarcoat it. This is going to be tough.
Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast, guys. I might look like I'm feeling better, but no. I've got a bit of energy. I took medication, so the body's a bit but we're going to bed. It's literally 5 minutes past midnight. And Donald Trump did some shit that made me delete the episode I was going to bring you guys at 5 in the morning and decided to record this one. So my little barking chihuahua. Oh, Lord. You know, at some stage, I'm beginning to question everything. I mean, Donald Trump is serving a second term as the president of the so-called most powerful nation in the world, which we all have seen that it no longer is. And this guy just keeps making dumb decisions and just keep making a mockery out of America. And it's hilarious to see. So the video I played in the beginning, that is evident to just show that Donald Trump doesn't know who his friends are. He's really pissed off allies that he wasn't supposed to be pissing off. He's beginning to realize that these countries that he decided to put tariffs on actually make them more money than they make those countries. So the dependence that these countries had in America on American products benefited them and their economy more. And this is where Donald Trump, I don't know who didn't advise him, who didn't guide him, but I think he knew. But because Americans are so used to bullying people and getting their way by force, I think that's the same tactic they attempted this time around, and it backfired. I think I already showed you guys how the UK told America, F you, the fact that you don't want to help Ukraine when we already had an arrangement with them.
Yesterday evening, the UK signed a £2.2 billion loan to provide more military aid to Ukraine, backed not by the British taxpayer, but by the profits from frozen Russian assets.
So basically, remember when they had put sanctions on Russia when the war started? And Russia told them, screw you guys, the sanctions ain't going to do shit to us. It's actually going to affect you guys more than it's going to affect us. So apparently some profit were made or some assets were sold, and that money, they're going to use it to help Ukraine fight Russia. Okay? The UK is brave. I gotta be honest. The UK is brave, because if Russia right now decides to activate Africa and use African military and soldiers and weaponize them, Ukraine disappears in 24 hours. And so does Europe and America. I'm just saying. But let's keep going.
And today I'm announcing a new deal, which allows Ukraine to use £1.6 billion of UK export finance to buy more than 5,000 air defence missiles.
UK export finance. So basically, remember, everybody's holding export and import from both America into America and out of America. Therefore, there's a lot of money just laying around at this moment, which Donald Trump was clearly not aware of. They're going to use that money, give it to Ukraine to go fight Russia. What people don't understand, the fact that the UK is supporting Ukraine in this war, that means eventually Africa is going to get involved. Because Russia is not just going to sit there knowingly well that they and all this drags us all the way back to when I was talking about these are our mumus. These are mumus are going to be used as pawns. I've said this in many videos. I hope Nigerians are ready to go to war on behalf of Russia. I'm just saying. Because I don't think it's going to be much of an option. I'm just saying. Hold me to this, guys. Hold me to this.
Which will be made in Belfast, creating jobs in our brilliant defence sector.
Well, all the luck, UK. All the luck. So basically, you see, this is where my concern is when it comes to Donald Trump and the people he's keeping around him. I think they are yes people. Because most of the people that Donald Trump is keeping around him, they're not loyal to their own words. Then again, are politicians really loyal to their own words? I mean, let's listen to this.
I want to tell you and your people, you're the ally I've been hoping for all my life. Not one American has died defending Ukraine. You've taken our weapons and you've kicked their ass. And I'm very proud to have you as our ally. So, what did I think? Complete, utter disaster. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he needs to change.
So we all know what happened when Zelensky had a meeting with Donald Trump and how they kicked him out and everything else. So with everything that we know and everything that we heard and everything that we have seen, did anybody expect us?
Breaking news to bring you now, coming from Donald Trump. He's posted online saying he is strongly considering large-scale banking sanctions and tariffs on Russia until there is a ceasefire. Here is the post.
How much more tariffs, sanctions will the United States impose on Russia? Who gets affected? The United States needs Russia more than Russia needs the United States. It's basically like telling me you don't want to do business with me unless you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I say, okay, it's fine. I don't want to do business with you. There's other people to do business with. Let's continue to listen.
Based on the fact that Russia is absolutely pounding Ukraine, in his words, on the battlefield right now, I'm strongly considering a large-scale banking sanctions and tariffs on Russia until ceasefire and final settlement agreement on peace is reached, he says in capitals. To Russia and Ukraine, get to the table right now before it is too late. Thank you. That latest post from President Trump of the US, although we do know that President Zelensky has said that Ukraine will be at peace talks in Saudi Arabia next week. Could involve possibly President Zelensky.
Basically, Zelensky is going all around the world trying to look for help because obviously they're becoming extremely hopeless. I mean, Zelensky went as far as trying to ask Africa for help, but he forgot that when the war started, what did he do to our people? What did he do to black people? He saved his people before he even considered us. So why would Africa even think about helping him out? And second of all, Africa is part of, most African countries, or rather yet, just Africa is part of BRICS. Regardless of the countries that have not joined, there is no African country that will go to war on behalf of Ukraine. That one there, his cry will not be heard by anyone. You see, and this is one of the things that I was trying to warn these racist pieces of liars that came to our chats, comments, that are so brave now because Donald Trump is their savior. Bon, you see the way he's switching up? He's going to switch up on AfriForum too. White Afrikaners, they're going to switch up on you. The option that you were given for asylums was so that you can go be a slave there in America to go work because they are struggling. Their farms are struggling, and I'm going to prove it in the next video. Their farms, their economy, their cities, their markets, everything is falling apart. They thought getting rid of Mexicans was going to bring them liberation, that Americans were going to come quickly and start taking those jobs and start working. Dololo. Americans didn't do that, which left them stranded. They didn't realize how lazy Americans were, and they were not willing to do the jobs that the Mexicans were doing. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like I keep telling you guys, there's nothing to worry about when it comes to America. You see, the tariffs stopped it. Now this. Guys, the one thing that I want us to pick up from this statement or from this situation is that Russia is very loyal to BRICS. Because I was worried. The moment Russia and the US were having a meeting, I was like, oh Lord, what is going on here? Now seeing that this is what the outcome has become, I am very confident in the ability that BRICS has to be able to defend Africa and any nation that is part of BRICS from any attack from all these nonsense countries. Because a war is coming and they are prepping for it. And I'll prove it. Check out the next episode. I'm your boy Uncle P, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.